Last year's HTC U11 was a great smartphone, but it was no match for Samsung's mighty Galaxy S8 or Google's Pixel 2. Its dated design and lack of a dual-camera setup were just a couple reasons why it didn't grab a lot of attention. HTC is gearing up to announce its successor, likely called the U12 or U12 Plus, more on that later. The smartphone will have to be a big improvement, at least on the design front, to really compete with the likes of the Samsung Galaxy S9 and Huawei's P20 series. What exactly will it bring to the table? Here's everything we know so far. HTC U12, name and release date. There's no official word on what HTC's upcoming flagship will be called. It was initially thought it will go by the name of U12, which makes sense based on the fact its predecessor is the U11. But according to AC Evan Blass, the smartphone will actually be called the U12 Plus. The reason is that HTC wants to make it clear its flagship is a direct competitor to the Galaxy S9 Plus and not its smaller brother, which lacks a dual-camera setup and packs less RAM. However, nothing has been confirmed yet, so we'll just refer to the handset as the HTC U12 in this post. When will the device be announced? According to HTC custom ROM developer Clubtufa, the U12 will make its debut sometime in April. However, Evan Blass claims HTC ran into a few problems that pushed the launch date back for a few weeks, to early May. As for the smartphone's release date, it will likely go on sale a month or so after its announcement, same as its predecessor. HTC U12, specs and features. Evan Blass shared a few alleged specs of the U12, giving us a good idea of what to expect. The smartphone is said to sport a 6-inch LCD display with WQHD Plus resolution and an 18:9 aspect ratio. For comparison, the U11's display is a lot smaller at 5.5 inches, offers QHD resolution, and has an aspect ratio of 16:9. The handset is expected to be powered by the latest and greatest Snapdragon 845 chipset paired with 6 GB of RAM. It could come with 64 and 128 GB of storage that you'll be able to expand via a microSD card. HTC's second-generation EdgeSense software is also said to be on board, which lets you open an app of choice by squeezing the device. However, there are no details on how exactly the new generation will improve upon the current one. It looks like HTC could make a massive step forward in the camera department with the U12. Unlike the U11 and U11 Plus, the upcoming smartphone may come with a dual-camera setup on the back featuring 12 and 1/6 MP sensors. This is a smart move based on the fact the Galaxy S9 also has a dual-camera setup, while the Huawei P20 Pro takes things even further with 3 rear cameras. Additionally, the U12 might come with 2 8MP sensors on the front, which is something you won't find on the majority of its competitors. Blass also mentioned the U12 should run Android Oreo and come with HTC's facial recognition called FaceSense. It could pack a 3,420 mAh battery, which isn't that impressive. For example, both the Huawei P20 Pro and Mate 10 sport a 4,000 mAh battery and should have roughly the same footprint as the U12 based on their screen sizes. A Verizon listing screenshot, on the other hand, suggests that the phone will pack a 3,500 mAh battery, LCD tech instead of OLED, and a so-called frameless display. This might just be placeholder information, as the listing includes an image of the U11 and claims of Quick Charge 1.0. We're on Quick Charge 4 Plus now, but the battery and LCD claims seem in the right ballpark compared to the VentureBeat report. In any event, other expected specs and features include an IP68 rating for dust and water protection and possibly even wireless charging, which is missing on both the U11 and U11 Plus. The headphone jack likely won't return, but we expect HTC to ship the device with a free pair of U-Sonic earbuds like it did with its predecessor. HTC U12 design. An alleged image of the U12 below found its way online courtesy of VentureBeat 7 Plus, giving us a somewhat great look at the device. It reveals the handset could have thin bezels for a modern look and a clean front without HTC's branding. The back, likely made of glass, looks minimalistic and doesn't stand out. All it features is a horizontally positioned dual-camera setup, a fingerprint scanner that sits below it, and HTC's logo located further down. A few images allegedly showing the U12 posted online by a Taiwanese accessory manufacturer tell us the same story. But they do give us a closer look at the smartphone. The handset shown in the images is not ugly, but it doesn't have a wow factor that would set it apart from the competition. At first glance, its back looks similar to the V30 and G6 due to the camera and fingerprint scanner placement. Business hasn't been great for HTC for a while now, and the only way to change that is to do something fresh. I think the company should take more risks when it comes to design, otherwise the U12 will have a hard time competing against the Galaxy S9 and even the Huawei P20 Pro. HTC U12 price. The best case scenario we expect is that the U12 will cost the same as its predecessor. We don't believe the handset will be cheaper. That means you may be able to get one for $650. It's also possible the price will increase to $700 or even $750, or maybe even more, if the smartphone will indeed have 4 cameras on board and a larger display than its predecessor. That price point would put it in the region of the Galaxy S9, $720, which can cause problems for HTC. As a refresher, the U11 was $75 cheaper than the Galaxy S8, $725 at launch. Even so, HTC's sales were nothing to brag about. If the U12 will end up costing more than the S9 or maybe even come close to the S9 Plus price tag, $840, the story might repeat itself this year.